Growing up in South Florida, I don't remember a time where I didn't know what New World Symphony was. It seemed like the perfect place to not only hone my orchestral and violin skills, but also a place where I would be supported in my endeavors that were grounded in education and community engagement. About 2 weeks before the first rehearsal, I listened to the piece. I try to look at the whole score, but definitely look at either my part or both the violin parts to really know what's happening before I even take out my instrument. Then I play along with the recordings and try to just really get a sense of the piece before the first rehearsal, which isn't just about knowing my part. It's about knowing where does my part fit in with the rest of the orchestra. And it's interesting because this is a more folky piece in style. So there are certain fingerings in here that tell me she wants it played a certain way. So for instance, instead of it kind of having a more warm, romantic style sound like a it's marked here that she wants actually staying in first position, which leaves a more open sound. I'm going to rewind that.
Good. And you can just make a mental note or a written note for yourself. The pickups to 175 and 176, there's a quarter note pickup, snare drum first and then tambourine. So you're gonna hear these into the downbeat each time. Let's put everyone in together. Let's start this back at rehearsal D, just so we can get into this flow state again. Good. Great, thank you. A couple notes on this previous section. Rehearsal J, cellos, we're going to be listening in for the woodwinds here.
The training aspect of what we go through is not that dissimilar from an athlete that's training. We have to be really vigilant with our sleep cycles, with what we eat, with how inflamed our muscles might be, with the positions we're sitting in. Holding yourself in one position for years and years and years will have an effect on your body. Overplaying injury is very real. There are people who have to take rehearsal days off because they're playing so much that their muscles actually start to give out. And that's really dangerous because it can affect your entire career. So we have to be really in tune with how our body feels in order to preserve our muscles and make sure that this is something that we can do for the next 50 years.
It is really like a più mosso 8 after Q.
There's a lot of mindfulness that goes into any kind of practice. You have to really learn how to mentally approach practicing, preparing, time management, and it's not easy. There are days that are harder than others, but at the end of the day, your mental state is everything. So if we can really focus on just really staying in the moment and being present with ourselves and being kind to ourselves, that's what I'm working on right now.
Even more in the second bar of this, basses, and low brass and bassoons. And then third bar, we are all listening for the running line from these low voices, cello, bass, trombone, they have a beautiful eighth run, so a little bit less from all the loud, sustained, repetitive stuff that we have in the third bar. Right on spirited ones. All of these entrances, even more from the basses, 473, let's start that even louder on that beat too. Big burst of an accent, and same thing from cello.
At 403, let's really bring out those accents.
Yes.
Halfway through my master's degree, the pandemic hit. That was a time of reconciliation, as it was for everyone. I started reconsidering my place in the music world as a woman, as a violinist. You know, who am I in this world and how can I give back? I started taking a number of classes, learning a lot about gender issues and how I could make a difference as a musician and as a feminist. I have since created an organization that is dedicated to deconstructing race and gender biases in music to show that this is for everybody. It's not for the elite and historically the white and the male. I'm hoping to create a series where we give the spotlight to people who historically have not had the spotlight before. I think it's really exciting that classical music institutions are now paying attention to the topics that relate to social justice and social impact, because if we're more focused on how we're going to inspire people to come see classical music in concert, then we won't be so worried about whether in 30 years from now seats will be filled. Because if we're building those relationships now and inspiring people and motivating and introducing people to this art form, we're hopefully building lifelong audiences and lifelong supporters of this art form. Today is the day before the first concert. I have to remember how important it is to pace myself on days like this because it's a long day. There's a lot of notes, there's a lot of playing, there's a lot of mental focus that needs to happen. We have a morning rehearsal where today we rehearsed the Coleman, and the afternoon rehearsal we'll be rehearsing the Tchaikovsky, so the whole symphony, and the Barber with Alisa, our soloist.
old-fashioned vibrato in that note when they have this hybrid. It's really It's a 40s film score, corn golds.
Yeah.
It's just let it. Don't be shy.
Okay.
I thought it was really good because she also nods her head, which is really helpful, like to lock into. But then some of the violins started to accelerando early.
Okay. Are you taking the part right now?
Yeah.
Okay, that's fine. Just I want to know if I should grab it.
I'm sorry.
Oh, I'm sorry too. Yeah, you too. Thank you. No, me too.
I do better for you, Allie.
No, and I'm gonna do better for you too. It was much better today.
It was
I
much
think
better.
it just we need mileage on it and like
Yeah, there's no time.
yeah.
I'm just stressing because it's like
I know. Same.